Over the past 26 months, I've been building AI agents for myself and for my clients, for my AI automation agency, one-on-one consultations, and for my AI SaaS. And today I'm going to share what worked for me, what didn't, and the key strategies you can use to build your own AI agents using no-code and low-code tools. You don't need to be a programmer or have a technical background to get started. On this channel, I will teach you exactly how to build AI agents and automations. I'm going to take you through everything you need to know about AI agents in 2025 because there is a major change happening right now that's going to transform how businesses operate. So just quickly, because I will dive deeper into how they work later, what are AI agents? AI agents are smarter than bots and more dynamic than automation. They make decisions, take actions, and learn as they go, so work independently to handle tasks and solve problems. They are like digital employees who are always on and ready to tackle tasks. AI agents are no longer just tools, they are becoming fully autonomous systems that can work like employees, available 24/7. Now I'm going to give you a quick overview of some of the AI agents I built recently for myself to give you an idea of how simple AI agents can help you with daily tasks and workflow. These are simple but practical examples. So the first AI agent I want to show you is my personal assistant, which I communicate with through Telegram. So it handles a variety of tasks to help me with my daily tasks. For example, I can ask it to search my contact list in Google Sheets, send emails on my behalf, remind me about upcoming meetings from my Google Calendar, schedule and cancel events, provide reminders about important SOPs for my company. It can also process voice messages so it's easy to interact with. I can add more tools to this agent, for example, to give me updates on my projects from my Notion, or track my team's progress in real time, or even do research for me, to automatically generate and share reports from multiple documents, or notify me when approvals are needed for pending documents. And behind the scenes, it uses OpenAI to transcribe voice messages, retrieve data from Google services, and access a knowledge base powered by Pinecone and OpenAI embeddings. This one is similar to the previous agent, but can also make phone calls on my behalf. For example, I integrated VAPI, so it can call to book services or confirm appointments based on my instructions. Also, it can schedule meetings, retrieve unread emails, add tasks, and more. The next agent is my WhatsApp AI agent. This agent is designed to handle customer queries through WhatsApp, both in text and voice messages, 24/7. For example, if a customer asks how long will it take to complete my project, the agent pulls relevant information from a vector database built in Supabase. Behind the scenes, it pulls data like frequently asked questions or service descriptions from Google Drive, turns them into vectors, and uses semantic search to find the most relevant information. It then crafts a reply and sends it back via WhatsApp. So it automatically uses the company's knowledge base. So anything you upload to Google Drive it can generate responses from a vector database like Supabase using LLMs like Google Gemini or OpenAI GPT-4o Mini. So the agent doesn't generate generic or random replies, and it also has a memory component built in and retains conversation history, so chatting with it feels more natural. In my previous video, I gave a more detailed overview of how this WhatsApp AI agent works. If you are curious to try something like this and want a free template to implement it for yourself or for your clients, check it out. The next agent is my Gmail inbox manager. So this agent manages my emails and literally saves me a lot of time. For example, it automatically categorizes incoming emails into groups like service requests, consultation queries, or general queries. And based on the category, it can generate professional replies, log important leads into a table, so my CRM, or escalate customer support emails by referencing my agency's policies or frequently asked questions included in a document, and it creates a draft email and asks for my approval before sending. The next AI agent I want to show you is my LinkedIn lead qualifier. So this agent helps me with lead management by automatically qualifying prospects based on the LinkedIn profiles and associated company data. So it scrapes the lead information, assesses their fit against an ideal customer profile, and assigns a qualification score. So it can also update a table with insights, including reasoning, confidence levels, and provide more information about the lead. This agent is part of a system that activates when someone books a meeting with me on Calendly or call.com and shares their mobile number. Basically, it automatically pulls lead information from LinkedIn and company websites, like similarly to the previous agent. It sends a WhatsApp message right away, starts a conversation by asking follow-up questions, and shares details about my agency and the services we offer using a knowledge base. This AI agent is one of 5 parts of the system and is integrated directly into the business website for one of my clients. It can answer customer questions, ask follow-up questions to qualify leads, save lead data into a CRM or Google Sheets, and connect with other systems for data flow. It can provide personalized recommendations based on user inputs, guide customers through service offerings, and trigger workflows like scheduling a call or sending a follow-up email automatically. So it's a powerful tool for improving customer engagement and deal management. If you would like access to templates for my AI agents, automations, and other free resources, I share them in my newsletter that I recently started. I will leave the link to join in the description below, so check it out, and also subscribe to my channel. Now, how businesses are using AI agents. So here are just a few examples of how small and medium-sized businesses are putting AI agents to work. So AI agents in sales help businesses streamline lead generation and follow-ups. So instead of chasing every lead, sales teams only focus on the ones that are most likely to convert. So it saves a lot of time and boosts sales. In customer support, AI agents can handle frequently asked questions, track order statuses, or process returns. They even upsell during chats, helping businesses add value to every interaction without hiring extra staff. In operations, from entering data to sorting out invoices, AI agents take over the boring manual work, so they get things done faster and with fewer mistakes. In project management, these agents assign tasks, track deadlines, and send updates automatically, so teams stay on track without needing constant reminders. Let me share some context and experiences to give you more insights. So initially, I was building AI agents programmatically using Python and popular frameworks like LangChain and QAI. And these frameworks were great for connecting large language models to external tools and systems like APIs, databases, and automation platforms, which allowed me to create custom solutions for all sorts of tasks for my clients. And I was also using tools like Google Colab to write scripts and vectorize data into Quadrant, a popular vector database. In fact, I used the same tech stack and to build an AI system for my final project in software engineering. That project was a huge milestone for me. I got first class, and my supervisor, who is a PhD in AI, said that it has potential to commercialize. So right now I'm working on turning it into an AI SaaS. So yes, I was doing everything programmatically, but at the same time I started exploring no-code and low-code platforms like N8N, Flowise, Zapier, Make.com, VoiceFlow, WordPress, you name it. And these no-code and low-code platforms offered a completely different perspective, and that's where it got really interesting, because platforms like N8N and Flowise in particular become my favorites. So they are powerful enough to create production-ready solutions for clients or prototypes for really complex projects. These tools were a game changer for my automation agency and freelance projects to help businesses automate workflows, improve customer support, generate leads, basically save a lot of time and money. So I realized that instead of spending so much time on programming, I could focus on becoming an expert in tools like N8N and Flowise, and vector databases such as Pinecone, Supabase, and Qdrant, as they are incredibly powerful and help you get results faster. Of course, for some highly customized solutions, coding skills are very helpful. But another great benefit of these tools is that many of them are free and open source, so you can self-host them and keep your data private, so you don't need to share it with third-party platforms. Basically, we are able to leverage the hard work of developers who already built these solutions. So whether you're using them for your own projects or to create solutions for your clients, these tools help you build faster and without programming skills. But also, before we jump into AI agents and all the cool things they can do, let's take a minute and talk about large language models. So what are LLMs? Think of them as the brains behind tools like ChatGPT. These AI systems are trained on huge amounts of data, which allows them to understand human language and generate text as a response. So let's say you ask ChatGPT to write an email, and it will give you a draft, but it doesn't actually send the email for you if you ask it to do so. That's because LLMs are all about understanding language and generating outputs, but they don't take actions on their own. And what makes LLMs so powerful is their ability to predict what comes next based on context. So if I say the weather is, an LLM might suggest words like great today or cold outside. And this prediction ability is what lets LLMs write, summarize, translate, and even generate code. This is just a high-level overview. These are more complex concepts. And if you really want to dive deeper into how LLMs work, I highly recommend watching Andrej Karpathy's intro to large language models. His explanation is absolutely incredible, and I guarantee you won't find a better explanation anywhere. I will add a link in the description below so you can watch it later. So once again, LLMs understand language and generate text, but they can take actions. They don't interact with tools, they don't send emails, and they don't update databases. That's where frameworks like LangChain and tools like N8N come in. These platforms connect LLMs to external systems like emails, CRMs, calendars, APIs, real-time data, etc. So why should you even care about how LLMs work? Well, if you are serious about using AI and building AI agents, understanding the basics of LLMs is crucial for the following reason. They are the foundation for modern AI systems, which means LLMs are not just powering chatbots like ChatGPT. They are the core of the advanced AI systems like AI agents that can take actions like sending emails or automatic workflows, RAG systems, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, that combine LLMs with the live data for real-time insights, multi-agent ecosystems, where multiple AI systems collaborate to solve complex problems. So without LLMs, none of these systems would be possible. Alright, so now that we have covered LLMs, let's get to the fun part. AI agents, what they are, how they work. So AI agents are like ChatGPT, but with superpowers. Instead of just answering questions by generating text, they can actually make decisions and take actions. They are not just about input and output, as they can help automate complex tasks connect to tools, and carry out workflows on their own. So the first aspect is understanding the task. Just like ChatGPT, AI agents start by understanding what you want. For example, you might say, schedule a meeting for tomorrow. The agent processes the request and figures out what you mean. Then it plans what needs to be done. So it decides which tools or actions are required, like checking a calendar API to see when you are free. Next, using tools. So this is where it gets interesting, as AI agents can connect to external tools to complete the task. For example, they can pull live data from a search engine, use a calculator for complex math, or send emails through your Gmail account. Next, taking action. Once the steps are clear, the agent takes action. It might send the email, update your database, or trigger a workflow without you lifting a finger. And finally, learning and improving. So after the task is done, the agent reflects on its performance. If something didn't go as planned, it can adjust, adapt, and improve for the next time. Okay, so now let's talk about core components of AI agents. At the center of it all is the agent. Think of it as a brain, but this brain doesn't work alone. It connects with different components to actually get stuff done. So AI agents rely on two types of memory. Short-term memory. This is like the agent's immediate focus. So it helps the agent process the task you just gave it. Think of it like remembering your request to schedule a meeting tomorrow. And long-term memory. So this is where the agent stores information it might need again later, like your preferences, repeated tasks, important dates. So the agent keeps bouncing between these two memory types to stay aware of the task and context. Next, tools. This is where AI agents really shine, because they don't just think, they connect to tools to act. So tools can be anything, like calendars to schedule meetings automatically, calculators to crunch numbers, search engines to pull live real-time data, code interpreters for solving logic-heavy problems, or APIs for integrating with systems like Gmail, Slack, WhatsApp, or CRMs. And if you ask an agent to find the latest sales numbers and send them to my manager, it grabs the numbers from a database using an API. So it summarizes the data, drafts an email, and sends it through Gmail. So the tools are what allow the agent to take actions. Then planning. Once the agent understands the task, it first plans what to do. So in a chain of thought stage, it breaks down the problem step by step. Big tasks are split into smaller steps, and then in reflection and self-critiques, the agent checks itself to make sure that plan makes sense and improves along the way. For example, if the task is book me a flight for next Tuesday, the agent plans step by step, search for flights, compare prices and times, select the best option, use the airline API to book it, and then add the confirmation to your calendar. Next, action. So after all the planning, the agent gets to work. So this is where it executes the steps like sending emails, updating databases. The beauty of AI agents is that they don't just stop after one task. They can take multiple steps autonomously and connect everything together to get the job done. So to conclude, the agent uses memory to stay aware of the task and context. It relies on tools to interact with the outside world, like APIs, CRMs, or search engines. Through planning, it breaks big tasks into smaller tasks. And finally, it takes action and learns from the outcome to get better over time. So these systems combine memory, tools, planning, and action, and AI agents are very powerful and more powerful than basic automations, because they don't just follow preset rules, they can adapt, they reason. Now let's talk about some of the practical applications of AI agents. So firstly, you can build an agent to automate lead generation, enrichment, and personalized follow-ups to nurture prospects. You can streamline outreach, follow-ups, and move leads through your sales pipeline. You can build agents, like AI voice agents, to qualify leads, provide information, and book meetings via calls. AI agents can generate, schedule, and manage blog posts, social media content, and updates automatically. Customer support, so AI agents, you can deploy AI agents for 24/7 to support to answer frequently asked questions, escalate issues, and log interactions. You can build onboarding AI agents to automate workflows to onboard employees or customers with resources, reminders, follow-ups. You can build complex personal agents to manage emails, prioritize tasks, schedule meetings for you across multiple platforms like Google Calendar, Calendly, Call.com. Also, you can build appointment setter, both voice and text. So an agent is able to book calls and meetings using voice assistants or automated chat integrations. Next slide. So you can build agents to automate order confirmations, inventory updates, refunds, customer notifications, event management. So you can deploy agents to send reminders, collect post-event feedback, marketing automation. So agent to personalize campaigns, send target follow-ups, and optimize ads based on real-time data. Also, you can build an agent to automatically summarize documents, retrieve real-time information, and assist you with research tasks like compiling reports on trends or competition analysis. And these are just a few examples. The possibilities are endless because AI agents can automate almost anything you can think of, from managing your inbox to pulling live data for research or running complex workflows. So if there is a repetitive task in your business or life, there is a way to automate it with AI agents. Alright, let's move on to the no-code platforms that are really shaking things up in the AI agent space. These platforms aim to make building AI-powered workflows and agents accessible to people without programming expertise. Over the past year, the market has seen a surge of tools designed to bridge the gap between non-techies and AI functionalities. So let's dive into some of the most popular options and explore what they bring to the table. Now let's move on to my favorite no-code platforms for building AI agents, N8N and Flowise. These platforms have become absolute game changers for me, especially when it comes in creating powerful AI workflows without needing to write a single line of code. Let me give you a quick overview of each and share why they stood out. So N8N is an open source workflow automation tool that gives you incredible flexibility when integrating AI with other systems. It's like the Swiss Army knife for automation. And the best part is that you can self-host it, which means you maintain full control over your data. So it connects seamlessly with APIs, databases, and third-party services, and allows you to design complex multi-step workflows with AI models like GPT, all without coding. So it's, you can scale it, and it's really affordable compared to subscription-based services. And Flowise, similarly to N8N, is no-code platform. It's designed specifically for building applications with large language models like GPT, Claude, Gemini, Mistral, and others. Think of it as a visual way to create custom agents powered by frameworks like LangChain. So it makes it easy to map out agent logic and test different workflows. So it's perfect for building agents that require reasoning, memory, and tool usage. While no coding is needed, Flowwise allows advanced users to tweak workflows for more control and quickly build and test AI agents for real-world use cases. I really like Relevance AI, and it's tailored for creating data-driven agents, and it's especially great for integrating AI with vector databases. So it can handle real-time data retrieval and advanced personalization. It's a great option for companies looking to build agents that rely on large data sets or need real-time data retrieval. Offers an easy way to integrate AI into workflows without needing to code, but it is still in its early stages, so some workflows can feel fragile. And while no code, understanding how to use vector databases effectively can be challenging for beginners. So in general, I like Relevance AI, but it's still a third-party service, so you can't host it. So while these tools are great in general and have some powerful features for specific use cases, they are not open source and they can be pricey, and you can self-host them. So I would recommend them for those who need quick, efficient solutions without worrying about hosting or customization. So Zapier Central. Zapier is already a household name in automation, but with Zapier Central, they've added an AI layer to their platform. So this allows users to build assistant-like AI agents for their workflows. So it's a perfect solution for people already familiar with Zapier's drag and drop system. And it's excellent for automatic routine tasks like updating CRMs or sending follow-up emails. Yes, but it doesn't really allows you to build really AI agents. While it's good for basic automations, it doesn't handle complex reasoning or dynamic decision making well. Also, costs can quickly escalate as you scale up workflows or require premium integrations. Make.com is a powerful no-code platform for automating workflows and now integrating AI capabilities to build and enhance automations. It's intuitive, it's drag and drop interface, perfect for creating multi-step workflows that integrate various tools and services. While excellent for general automation, it lacks specialized tools for advanced logic compared to other platforms, and cost can increase significantly as you scale your workflows. But in general, it's a great automation platform. I like Make, and I built a lot of automations on this platform. Next, you have VoiceFlow, originally designed for building chatbots. VoiceFlow has evolved into a robust platform for creating interactive AI agents that can take actions beyond simple Q&A. So it's great for building customer-facing chatbots, and teams can visually map out workflows and iterate quickly. So it's best suited for chatbot-like applications. It's not ideal for handling complex backend tasks. Now we have WordPress. So it's similar to VoiceFlow in that it focuses on building conversational agents, but is particularly strong in creating AI-driven chatbots for customer support. So it's designed for tasks like customer service, lead generation, or answering frequently asked questions. And it allows for advanced customization and integration with APIs. So while it's great for chatbot-style agents, its functionality is more limited for workflows that require complex reasoning or multi-tool integrations. So if you need to build interactive conversational agents, WordPress is a strong choice. Okay, now let's talk about AI voice solutions and what are the best options on the market right now. So Vapi is an AI voice platform designed to enable developers and businesses to build voice AI agents for sales, customer service, and it's particularly useful for creating AI-driven voice assistants that can interact naturally with customers. So it's simple to connect with workflows and CRMs and provides clear, realistic voices for better user experience. It's great for sales calls, appointment scheduling, requires a bit a bit of technical knowledge to implement effectively. Now 11 Labs. 11 Labs is a leading AI voice synthesis platform known for its hyper-realistic text-to-speech capabilities. So it's widely used for content creation and storytelling applications. So it has industry-leading natural sounding voices. It allows you to create and use personalized AI voices. So it's great for content creators, automated customer support, and audiobooks. Advanced features like voice cloning can get expensive, but it's worth it. And this platform is focused more on voice generation than dynamic conversation workflows. However, recently they introduced AI conversational agents, allowing you to deploy a fully functional voice agent in as little as 50 minutes. So it's hands down the best platform for realistic, natural sounding voices and offers voice cloning, so you can replicate your own voice. However, the pricing can get steep, especially for large scale use. So if you need a more cost-effective solution, I would recommend VAPI for infrastructure while leveraging 11 Labs high-quality voices. So basically, you can make API calls to 11 Labs voices through VAPI. So VAPI makes it easy to integrate, and you can build scalable voice workflows while keeping costs in check. The next very popular AI voice platform is Blunt AI. Blunt AI focuses on voice agents that are great in three key areas: sales, customer support, and operations. For sales, it can automate callbacks, schedule meetings, and qualify leads. In customer support, Blunt provides a professional voice with a perfect memory. And finally, in operations, Blunt AI streamlines data collection and internal communications. And Blunt AI works smoothly with tools like CRMs, messaging platforms, and APIs. Basically, you can integrate Blunt using Edit-N, Make, or Zapier. So, yes, Blunt AI is definitely worth exploring. Also, it offers multilingual support, so businesses can communicate with their customers in multiple languages. And that said, Blunt AI is more focused on enterprises, so it's best suited for larger organizations. Plus, setting it might take some technical expertise to fully customize and integrate. Finally, Retail AI. So Retail AI is another great platform for generating high-quality AI voices and creating conversational AI agents. It's great for applications like customer service and virtual assistants. Retail AI strikes a balance between quality and cost. And so it's a solid option to businesses looking to implement voice agents without overspending. So it might not have the hyper-realism of 11 Labs, but it still produces very natural sounding voices that are more than good enough for most use cases. Now let's talk about vector databases. This is a really important topic. So vector databases are like a new type of databases, especially designed for large language models and AI systems. While traditional databases organize data into rows and columns, vector databases store information as vectors. So now, what are vectors? Think of a vector like a map pin that marks where a piece of data lives based on its meaning. So traditional databases work like looking for an exact street address. Vector databases are more like searching for places similar to your favorite coffee shop, let's say. So they focus on meaning, similarity, and context, not just exact matches of words. Or imagine you have a huge library of books and you are trying to find a book based on a really specific topic or even just a sentence you remember. You can just flip through every page of every book. And that's where vector databases are like smart librarians that instantly find what we are looking for based on meaning, not just exact words. So this is basically how it works. So when you input text or data, vector database store it as vectors, which are like unique fingerprints representing the meaning of your data. For example, if you search for best Italian pizza, a vector database won't just look for those exact words. It will find anything related, like top pizza spots in Italy. Now, why are vector databases important for AI agents? So large language models like GPT, so the brain behind ChatGPT, they are engines of AI agents, and LLMs rely on understanding context and meaning. So vector databases help LLMs with that because they store contextual knowledge. So they act as a memory for AI and enable LLMs to store and retrieve information dynamically. Semantic search. So instead of just finding exact words, they let LLMs search by meaning. And real-time insights. So they retrieve the most relevant data instantly, whether it's customer frequently asked questions or personalized recommendations. So vectorization process. So first we have chunking the data, then creating vectors, then we store these vectors in the vector database, then we use the database for questions, and based on findings, the LLM create an answer to that question. I have created this diagram for my paper for my AI system. So the process starts with documents like PDFs, JSON files, or text files. These are the raw materials we want to make searchable or usable by LLMs. So we have to extract the data and the content of these documents and chunk them. So these documents are broken down into smaller pieces of text called text chunks. And think of this as diving a big book into paragraphs to make it easier to work with. And then each of these chunks is turned into a vector, which is like a numerical representation of these words that capture the meaning of the text. And this step uses LLMs to create something called embeddings, and then storing in the vector database. So these embeddings are stored in a vector database, which acts like a knowledge base. So it's where all these fingerprints are kept for easy access. And when you ask a question, the system converts your query into its own vector, so another fingerprint, and compares it to the ones in the database to find the most relevant matches. And then the most relevant chunks are retrieved and sent to the LLM, like GPT, which then uses this information to generate a clear answer back to the user. Now let's briefly talk about practical vector database examples for agents in N8N and Flowise. So first, document-based support agent. So you can store your company's manuals, guides, and SOPs as vectors in the database. So when customers ask a question, the AI agent queries the database for the most relevant document sections and provides precise answers. Next, employee knowledge assistant. So you can store training materials, policies, and knowledge-based articles as vectors. And when employees ask questions like, how do I do something? The AI agent retrieves the most relevant answers and can improve your onboarding processes. Previous ticket matching. So for incoming support tickets, the AI agent can search a vector database of resolved tickets, and by finding semantically similar past issues, it can either provide automated responses or assign tickets to the appropriate team member. The last one, product catalog assistant. So you can use a vector database to store product descriptions and specifications. And when customers ask like questions like, what's the best product under $100, the AI agent retrieves and recommends suitable products by understanding the context, not just keywords. Now, everyday examples of vector databases. So these are more general examples. Search engines. So instead of finding exact word matches, they help you find the most relevant results by meaning. So I'm repeating myself, but it's really important to understand. The next example, customer support AI. So if someone asks a chatbot about, for example, refund policies, it can pull up related frequently asked questions or similar answers. In e-commerce, vector databases can be used to recommend products based on your browsing history or similar items. And finally, in healthcare, vector databases are great in finding similar medical cases or research papers to assist doctors in diagnostics. Now let's talk about popular vector databases, Pinecone, Supabase, and Quadrant. So when it comes to building AI agents that use vector databases, these three platforms are among the most popular. So let's break down and see how they perform for different use cases. Pinecone. So Pinecone is specifically designed for vector search and is widely recognized as one of the easiest tools to use for working with vector data. So why it's great for AI agents? So Pinecone is great at semantic search. So it's perfect for AI agents that need to retrieve contextually relevant information quickly. It's fully managed solution, so you don't need to worry about infrastructure. You just need to focus on your agent functionality. So basically, it's a plug and play for fast implementation. It's optimized for high-speed searches, so it works well with real-time AI agents. Pricing can be on the higher side for smaller teams or individual users. And also, because it's fully managed, means less control over customization. Best use case are chatbots, semantic search for customer support, and personalized recommendations. Next, Supabase. So Supabase is not strictly a vector database. It's open source alternative to Firebase. However, with the addition of extensions like pgvector, it can handle vector embeddings. So why it's great for AI agents? So Supabase combines the flexibility of traditional relational databases with the capability to store vectors. So this makes it great if your AI agent needs both structured data like user profiles and vector-based search. So from key features, it's open source and self-hostable, so you have a full control. Combines relational and vector storage, so you can centralize all your data. Requires more setup and maintenance compared to fully managed options, and may not match Pinecone's speed for large-scale vector searches. Best use case is, for example, AI agents that need to handle hybrid data, like combining customer information with semantic search for frequently asked questions. Now let's quickly introduce popular agentic frameworks. Now Quadrant. So Quadrant is an open source vector database, and it is designed specifically for AI and machine learning applications. So it's favorite among developers who value full control over the database. So why it's great for AI agents? Quadrant is built from the ground up for vector search and is great for self-hosted solutions. It offers tight integration with embeddings from models like OpenAI and is perfect for cost-efficient AI workflows. It's open source, so you can self-host it. It's fast and efficient for mid to large data sets. It integrates with frameworks like LangChain, so you can build multi-agent systems. And because it's self-hosting, means you will need technical expertise to set it up and maintain. It doesn't have user interface, so it's not fully managed and doesn't provide services like Pinecone offers. Best use case would be self-hosted AI agents for semantic search. like for customer recommendations or knowledge management systems. To conclude, which one should you choose? So in my opinion, Pinecone is perfect if you are building agents with a focus on semantic search and need a fully managed solution. On the other hand, Supabase is great for hybrid data workflows, especially if you are already using relational data alongside vectors. And Quadrant is great if you want full control and need a cost-efficient open source solution for your AI agents. While these tools are definitely game changers, most of them still require you to know how to code, but let's discuss each of them to give you more context. So Autogen is Microsoft's take on AI agents. It's designed for handling complex reasoning tasks and workflows, but it requires programming skills because it has been designed for developers already in the Microsoft ecosystem. So it has some pros. It has integration with Microsoft tools like Azure and Office, but as I said, it requires solid programming skills to implement and can feel fragile to break in easy use cases. The next one is QAI, which focuses on collaborative agents where multiple AI systems work together to accomplish tasks. Think of it as a team of agents coordinating like a crew. So it's ideal for multiple step workflows requiring collaboration between agents, and it's highly flexible and capable of handling complex scenarios. And again, requires coding knowledge. It's best suited for developers and AI researchers rather than non-techies. Then you have LangGraph. LangGraph is built on top of LangChain and offers a visual way to manage workflows, making it slightly more intuitive for those familiar with AI frameworks. It has Visual Builder for easy debugging, but still heavily relies on coding expertise, so it's more suited for technical users. Next one, Agent Swarm. So takes inspiration from collective intelligence, allowing multiple agents to collaborate dynamically in solving problems. So it's great for a large scale. So if you are in sales, customer service, or marketing, this is one of the most practical examples of how AI agents can actually make a difference in your day-to-day workflows. So what's the deal with Salesforce approach? First up, the pros. It's tailored for sales, customer service, and marketing. And imagine having an AI agent that can help you manage leads, send follow-up emails, or even handle customer queries completely automated. But of course, there are some drawbacks. It's best for Salesforce users. So let's be honest, this is built for companies already in the Salesforce ecosystem. If you are not, it may not be worth the effort to get started just for the AI features. But unlike open source solutions like LangChain, you don't get much room for customization. It's great for standard use cases, but if your business needs something more unique, this may not cut it. Now that we have covered the basics, let's dive into some key insights I've learned from building AI agents over the past 2 years. These are the lessons and tips that will save you time, money, and frustration as you start your journey. So choosing the right tools for the job. Basically, for quick prototypes, start with tools like Flowise or VoiceFlow to get up and running fast, as these platforms allow you to test ideas without spending weeks on development. And for advanced workflows, use N8N for robust multi-step workflows that require integrations with APIs or databases. It's open source, so you can scale without worrying about costs. And for example, for one client, I combined N8N with a vector database to create a knowledge retrieval system that cut their research time by 50%. Next, key metrics to measure AI agent success. Response time, to track how quickly your agent completes tasks compared to manual processes. User feedback. Basically, I would recommend to gather input from clients or team members who interact with the agent. Accuracy, so measure the quality of outputs, especially in data-driven applications like customer support or sales follow-ups. And when I deployed an AI agent for email follow-ups, tracking open rates and replies helped me kind of refine its language for better engagement. The next slide, common mistakes to avoid. So, overcomplicating early projects. In my opinion, the best strategy is to start small, so focus on one task or workflow before scaling. And don't underestimate maintenance, because AI agents are not set it and forget it. So plan for regular updates and improvements, and ensure sensitive data is handled securely, especially if using third-party platforms. Early on, I tried to build an all-in-one agent for client, and it ended up being too complex to maintain. So breaking it into smaller agents solved the problem. Now, how to scale AI agents. So start with minimum viable products. Focus on delivering value fast and iterate based on feedback. Automate incrementally, so gradually add more tools or workflows or connect agents to learn what works. And combine tools, so leverage the strengths of multiple platforms. For example, I've used n8n for workflow orchestration and integrated Flowise for the large language model capabilities. Over the past 2 years, I've identified some critical factors that can make or break an AI agent's success. So let's go through them. The power of prompt engineering. So a well-structured, goal-oriented prompt can dramatically improve your agent's reliability. So always include system roles. Define what the agent is supposed to do and give it objectives. So be specific about the task at hand, and then tools and examples. So guide the agent with relevant details and give examples. Think of prompts as the instructions to give an assistant, and the clearer you are, the better the results. Now, the importance of your AI agent depends entirely on the quality of its data. So ensure the data is accurate, up-to-date, and comprehensive. So use RAG systems, so retrieval augmented generation, to pull in external knowledge dynamically. For example, connecting your agent to a vector database like Icon can ensure its outputs are contextually relevant and timely. So one of the real-world examples can be project, where I integrated an AI agent with live analytics dashboard and a vector database. So real-time insights reduce decision-making time by about 40%. Now, the importance of modular architecture. So building one massive agent for everything sounds, exciting, but trust me, it's not scalable. Instead, break your workflows into smaller, more manageable tasks and assign each task to a dedicated agent. For example, one agent for lead qualification, another for follow-ups, and a third one for customer support. This modular approach ensures each agent specializes in task, is not overwhelmed, and it makes the entire system more efficient and easier to maintain. Also, your job doesn't stop once the agent is deployed, because you need to continuously measure its performance with metrics like response time. So is it faster than manual processes? What do clients or team members think? Yeah. So now let's talk about advantages of no-code and open source platforms. So if you are new to building AI agents, start with no-code and low-code platforms. They're a game changer for rapid prototyping and deployment. For example, Flowwise and VoiceFlow are perfect for quick prototypes without coding, and N8N perfect for building more advanced solutions. And these tools let you focus on what matters. So, building production-ready solutions rather than writing a lot of code. So now let's talk about best practices for scalable automations. As you build AI agents, keep these best practices in mind. So start small and scale fast. What I mean by that is begin with minimum viable product to solve one specific problem, and once that works, expand it. And combine multiple agents to handle different parts of workflow. Of the workflow. For example, one agent retrieves data, another processes it, and the third interacts with users. So, yeah. And now, finally, the future of AI agents. So, AI agents are evolving rapidly. They're moving from task-specific tools to multifunctional employees. In the future, businesses will rely less on repetitive roles. It will free up humans for strategic and creative work, and multi-agent ecosystems will handle entire end-to-end processes and making operations more efficient than ever. So if you start now, you'll be ahead of the curve, and trust me, the opportunities are massive. Alright, that's it for today. I hope it helps you understand AI agents and automation, and encourages you to start building your own AI agents so you won't get left behind. Even if one person finds this useful, it will be worth it. If you want completely free AI agent and automation templates that you can easily upload to N8N and other platforms, don't forget to join my newsletter and subscribe to my channel. I share tons of amazing resources, and they're absolutely free. You can find the links in the description below. Also, if you are thinking of trying any of the platforms I mentioned, check out the links in the description. And if you'd like to work with me, book a free consultation or hit me up on LinkedIn. I would love to connect and help you bring your ideas to life. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.